Hey everyone, it's Pam and welcome back to my makeup channel. Today I'm going to be talking about my current skincare routine. Before I start that, I just thought I would tell you a bit about my skin and my particular skincare concerns. My skin is on the drier and sensitive side, though in the summer months I've been finding it's a little more hydrated than usual, whereas I get very dry in the winter. My concern is mainly keeping my skin clear, as well as trying to prevent fine lines for as long as humanly possible. I'm 36 years old, so I'm definitely getting a few sort of in my forehead here. I've got a couple starting under the eyes. Also, I've got a big line right in the middle here because I just love to scowl, but that one's honestly, I think, been here since I was a teenager. So those are what I'm trying to do. I'm just trying to keep my skin healthy and looking young, keep the elasticity up, and keep it hydrated when it does tend toward the dry side. Another thing I have to say is that I use a lot of products. I don't just have one cleanser, one moisturizer. I tend to have like 2 or 3 of each thing and kind of rotate between them sort of from day to day. So I'll go over how I do that as well. So I'm going to start off with cleansers. My main cleanser that I use is this Bioderma micellar water. It is the sensitive skin one. I really like this. It's good for basically everything, just keeping your skin clean, taking your makeup off. It's nice because you don't need any water for it. All you need to do is put it on a cotton pad and rub it all over your face. If I'm wearing makeup at the time I'm using it, I'll usually do 2 cotton pads full of the cleanser, but I'm not wearing any makeup right now other than my eyebrows just to make it look like I have some. So you just go over your face very gently with this. It's really nice. I tend to use this before bed, occasionally in the morning, although it sort of depends on how my skin is feeling. If I've been wearing a heavier serum in the nighttime, or if it was like really hot or something and I was kind of sweaty, then I will clean my face in the morning with this. Although sometimes lately I've just been sort of splashing my face with cold water just to prevent myself from washing it too much. The other cleansers, I just want to say this cleanser is about $20 usually. Oh, and also all my prices I'm talking about are in Canadian dollars, so adjust accordingly if you are not from Canada. But this is generally $20, and it's often sold in a pack of 2 for $30, so definitely worth it for me. I've probably gone through 5 or 6 of these over the years, and will probably continue to be my main cleanser. The other cleansers I have I only use in the shower. The first one, which I just started using fairly recently, and it's kind of dirty because I just gave my dog a bath today and she was filthy. This is the Ordinary Squalane cleanser, and this is a face cleanser and makeup remover. It's got a really nice texture, like it feels really nice on the skin. When you use it, I'm not going to use it now since I have no water, but you just have to rub it between your fingers for a little while until it heats up and sort of thins out into a nice consistency. And it feels very nice. It's got like a very pleasing texture. And it also, more than any cleanser I've ever used, it doesn't dry you out at all. Like if anything, I almost feel like my skin is more moisturized after using this, which is a very bizarre sensation for after using a cleanser. But it's really good. It's also very cheap. The Ordinary products are very good and very inexpensive. I think this is about $6.90. The only thing to note is that it's only 50 milliliters, which is actually a very small amount of product. But again, it's less than $7, so I don't mind. And I use this every couple days. The other cleanser I use is the Farmacy Clean Bee, and Farmacy is another brand that I really like. It's all based around sort of clean ingredients and especially around honey. Now this one is very scented. I know some people might not like that. For me, it totally depends on what the scent is. This smells, I love how this smells. It smells like really like woodsy and herbaceous, and like this is like my special treat cleanser because it's a fairly expensive one. But if I've worked out, or if I've gone out for a hike, or I've been out in the sun and I'm just feeling like hot and sweaty and gross, massaging this on my face and just like smelling it is just like a nice little treat for me. So that's mainly what I use this for. The normal size one is bigger than this. This sort of came in a bundle with something else. So the normal size one is 150 mils, whereas this is only 100. And I think it costs $37. And I would definitely buy this again. This is my second bottle of this that I'm using now. But yeah, it's not something that I go through quickly since I only use it a couple times a week. But I really, really like this one. So the next type of product is the toners. And toners is one I've always been a little mixed on, in my opinion. Some estheticians have told me that toning is like the most important skincare step, and then other skincare experts have been like, oh no, it's not that important. When I mainly used it was back as a teenager, and it was called astringent, and it just dried the hell out of your face and had a ton of alcohol in it. So I have two toners that I've been going through for a very long time. I maybe use them twice a week between the two toners that I have. The first is the Clinique Clarifying Lotion, and this one does actually have some alcohol in it, which I know some people don't like. At least it smells a lot like alcohol. I use this just generally, like if I've used the Bioderma and I still feel like there's something more to get off my face, then occasionally I will use a toner. So this Clinique one, this is a giant bottle. I got it on sale for like $20 or something. I'm not going to buy this again. I'm just going to keep going through this until it's done. And the other one I have, which I've also had for a long time, is the Pixi Glow Tonic. And this has glycolic acid in it, so it is like a chemical exfoliator. It's supposed to remove dead skin cells before you go to the next step of your skincare routine. I wouldn't buy either of these again. I don't know. I just don't find that they're doing all that much for me, but I will continue as if this was a normal part of my skincare routine that I'm doing here. So I don't know. Tell me, do you have any good toners you like? I need to look into something that's not so much as an exfoliator, because I have other products that do that, and something more, I don't know, calming, nourishing maybe, because these are just, I don't know, they feel a little unnecessary after the cleaning and before the exfoliating serums that I use. So the next thing that I would use is serums, and these are things that sort of go down deep into the skin and hopefully have some kind of beneficial effect on them. I have two by The Ordinary that I use pretty much every day. The first one is The Ordinary Buffet, which is a multi-technology peptide serum, and this is sort of an anti-aging serum. It has all kinds of peptides that are meant to reduce the appearance of fine lines and reduce them from happening in the future. And then the second one is an Argireline solution 10%, which does a very similar thing. It targets the appearance of dynamic facial lines, so the lines that come from like doing things like this and making your forehead wrinkle or squishing up your face. Some people have called this ingredient Botox in a bottle, which is a huge, huge overstatement. It does not cause any kind of muscle stasis at all. Honestly, the buffet has this ingredient in it as well, so it's not particularly needed to have both of them. However, this one I like to use in the morning, because you can use both of these in the morning and at night. And this one just has a very, I'm going to try not to spill this when I put it on my computer arm chair. This has like a very, very watery texture. So, no, it's on my hands, not on my face. So if you put it on I put it on my forehead, down here, and then a little under my eyes, and then whatever I have left, I put where smile lines would be if I ever smiled. It's very nice and light, and it absorbs almost immediately. So I just prefer this one in the morning if I'm going to be putting on makeup afterwards. But at night, what I really like to use is the Buffet, and I use this every night. This one is just a little thicker. It's still not super heavy, but it's, just a little more viscous. And this one I don't just put on those target areas. I actually just put this all over my face. And it doesn't take too long. It only takes like a minute to really soak into the skin. But I prefer to use this one at night and the other one in the morning. And I also have a third serum, which I only use maybe every 3 days. This is another one by Farmacy. It is the Honeymoon Glow. It is an AHA and BHA resurfacing serum. It is supposed to hydrate, exfoliate the skin, target signs of aging. It's sort of like a little do-it-all thing. I really, really like this. This is the most expensive, or one of the most expensive products I have at $77. But I would purchase this again. I actually have another one waiting for me, although my mom bought it for me for Christmas. But I really, really like this. It's a nice and very light kind of serum. You don't need too much of it at all, like barely even a whole pump. So it does last fairly long, and it has like a really nice fresh smell. I really like how all the Farmacy products smell. And that just goes on at night, about every 2 to 3 days, they recommend. When I use this at night, I don't put anything else on afterwards. So I'll just use my Buffet, and then I'll use this, and then I won't put on a moisturizer. I just like to let this sit and do its thing. So after I do my serum, I will put on my eye cream, and the nighttime one that I use is this Juice Beauty Stem Cellular Anti-Wrinkle Eye Treatment. This is $65. I did not purchase this myself. This came in a BoxyCharm. I probably would not rebuy this at the price that it currently is. And then the other one that I will use during the day is the Neutrogena Hydro Boost Gel Eye Cream. And this is, I don't know, it feels very similar, these products. This is just a third of the price. I really like this just to keep the under eye area very hydrated. I do find I get rather dry under there, and especially for putting on makeup later in the day, it's really good to have this on before you put your concealer under your eyes. Just to prevent creasing and things like that. So I'm just going to put a little bit of this on. I mainly focus on just under the eyes and then sort of at the side here. So when it comes to moisturizers, I have 3 products that I'm working with. My daytime moisturizer that I use is the Saturday Skin Waterfall Glacier Water Cream. And honestly, this product I also received in a BoxyCharm. I think it's $51 regularly. This was a revelation. For the longest time, I was just using like regular like cream, lotion texture, face moisturizers, and I was having so much problems with the product just like pilling up and rubbing off my skin anytime I touched my face. So this is a gel moisturizer, which has a like beautiful cooling texture. It just looks like this. I love this. Like, I don't know how it took me 36 years before I found out that this was a kind of moisturizer you could put on your face. It's so cooling and so light. It doesn't give me any problems with putting makeup on over it or having the product just pill up on its own. A lot of the time, the gel moisturizers are recommended for people with oilier skin, but this does just fine for me, especially now in the summer, for keeping my skin hydrated, and I really love it. Now that said, I'm not sure if I will be purchasing this exact one next. Since I've just discovered this is a new kind of moisturizer I can use, I might try something different next time just to like try out other products, but I do really, really like this one. Now, when it comes to nighttime moisturizers, there are two things that I alternate between. The first is the Laneige Water Sleeping Mask. Now, this is also a gel texture, and I've had this for a while. I don't know why this didn't hint to me that I could have a daytime moisturizer like this, but it's the same kind of jelly texture. This one's a little thicker since it is something you're supposed to put on at night and sort of get the benefits of it while you sleep and then rinse off again in the morning. I quite like this. I think this is about $33 for this. I will probably buy another one when I'm done with this. And the other product I don't really love, this is the Sunday Riley Tidal Brightening Enzyme Water Cream. And this I got from a BoxyCharm as well. This is an $86 moisturizer, which is kind of crazy. I would definitely not purchase this again. It's okay. Like, I do find my skin is fairly hydrated when I use it. It does look very bright and clear. But the thing that I really don't like about this is that it stinks. It's like, it's got this like seaweed smell and it's quite strong and I don't like it, which is the reason I only use it at night and not during the day. But I figure I have this $86 cream, I may as well use it up. So once I finish this, I will not be using it again. And one of the most important steps in skincare is, of course, sunscreen. I have been working with 2 different face sunscreens this summer. The first one I got is this Hawaiian Tropic Silk Hydration Weightless Face sunscreen. And this is alright. It smells very nice. It is on the lighter side. It doesn't have that super greasy feel like a lot of sunscreens do. I'm just going to put this on half my face. We'll see if you can actually see what it's doing. It does give, like, I do feel very dewy after putting this on. Like, it doesn't feel greasy, but it does have that sort of like sunscreen sheen that appears on your skin after you've put it on. So this one is okay. I was liking it pretty well until this arrived. This is the Misha Essence Sun Milk, and this is a Korean product. Korea is much further ahead than we are here in North America when it comes to sunscreen ingredients. I don't have the information totally down, but I think it has something to do with, in Korea, sunscreen is considered a useful cosmetic or something like that, whereas the FDA considers sunscreen like a medicine almost. So they haven't approved a new product or ingredient for sunscreens in years and years and years because they've just got such a backlog and there's so much bureaucracy involved. Whereas in South Korea, like, these products are still tested and made sure they're safe, but they get newer products out to market a lot quicker than we do here. This is so nice. Like, it's so much lighter and not greasy at all compared to other sunscreens. If you can see, it's just like a very light product. It just feels like a light moisturizer more than a sunscreen. It doesn't have any like sunscreen. Am I putting this on the right side of my face? I think I am. This is a little more on the expensive side. The Hawaiian Tropic was like $11. I think this was about $28, but it just so much nicer and so much less greasy. I think you could probably see, actually, I don't know if you can, under these lights. In like real life, not under big lights and on the camera. This one disappears really quickly and my skin isn't shiny or greasy afterwards. This one, my skin isn't greasy, but it does still like really sheen afterwards. So definitely, if you can, check out some South Korean sunscreen products, and I don't think you will be disappointed. So when we're talking about skincare, we also can't forget our lips, which require some different products. One thing I use is this e.l.f. exfoliator. If your lips are ever feeling dry or like they're chapped and little pieces of skin are on them, this is just like, looks like a lipstick tube, and it's got little like sugar exfoliator in it, and it feels really nice to put this on. I really like this more than the ones that come in a pot or in a tube where you have to use your finger. This is just a much cleaner way of doing it, I find. This is a good product, and I think it only costs $5 or $6. Elf makes good, cheap products. And then when it comes to, one thing first. So this is a weird product. This is QMS Lip Line Corrector. I also got this in a BoxyCharm. There's only 15 milliliters of product, or a half a fluid ounce. According to the website, this costs like 155 pounds, which is over 250 Canadian dollars. When I saw that, I was like, are you high? Like, who is going to pay for this? But since I did get it in the BoxyCharm, I have been using it. I will say it makes my lips feel very nice. Like, I do see a little bit of plumping, and it makes them feel very nice and smooth. I particularly like this sort of before putting on makeup. I don't like the pump. The pump puts out way too much product. Like, you need barely, not even a full pump. And it just, I don't know, it feels nice. It doesn't feel $250 nice. I don't really have many lip lines at the moment. Maybe 20 years down the road, I will find this is something that is worth buying. But for now, just like $250, are you kidding me? I also have 2 lip moisturizers that I like to use at night. The first is the Laneige Lip Sleeping Mask, and this is really nice. It has a nice scent. It actually comes in multiple different scents. This is just the original one. You can see I'm finally getting down to this. This has lasted me a really long time. I don't generally use this every night. I'll use it, a couple times a week. You just put it on your lips and sleep with it on, and it's very moisturizing. The other one that I really like is this Clinique Pep Start Pout Restoring Night Mask. Hello, Editing Pam here. I can no longer find this specific product online at Sephora, which is where I got it. However, there is a Clinique Moisture Surge Lip Hydro Plump Treatment, which looks to have the exact same packaging and also the same ingredients. I'm not sure if it's been reformulated or not, but based on some of the comments, it seems like it's the same product. I would not call it a plumping product at all. I think the original name of a night moisture mask fits it much better. I got this in like a little bundle of products, and I found that like when your lips are really chapped, you put it on at night and they feel much better in the morning. So these are 2 of my favorite lip products for night. As far as daytime goes, I have like more than a dozen different kinds of chapstick and lip balm and things all over my house, in my bedside table, and my computer desk, and my purse. It's honestly too many to really talk about all of them. And now just a few more sort of miscellaneous things to talk about. One is another one by The Ordinary. This is part of their hair care line, and this is the multi-peptide serum for hair density. It's supposed to make your hair look fuller and healthier. I have very, very thin, fine hair, and I don't have a ton of it. So anything that promises me fuller hair, I will give a try to. I think this cost $18, which isn't bad. You just put a few drops sort of in on your scalp and massage it in during the nighttime. It is a leave-in treatment. I've been putting on just a few drops on my scalp, sort of near the hairline, and then putting a little bit on my eyebrows to see if I can get those to come back. But I can't really say right now. I haven't been using it for all that long, so I don't want to say the effect that it's having. Also, I haven't had a haircut in months and months and months, so I feel like my hair looks like shit just generally. I will try to give you an update on how I think this is working after I've had a haircut, which I'm getting on Saturday, and a little more time to test this out. Now on to just a couple body products. This is another one I just got in a BoxyCharm. This is First Aid Beauty KP Bump Eraser Body Scrub. This is both a physical and a chemical exfoliant for your body. I love this. I've only used it a couple times. You're only supposed to use it once or twice a week, but it feels so nice. The first ingredient is pumice, and so it just makes this great little, like, it feels so good. Like, if you just put it on your skin and you rub it on, like, can you feel it? I mean, can you hear it? Like, oh, it's so satisfying. It feels so good. Like, it's really just like getting in there, getting all those dead skin cells off. You also don't need too much of it. Like, I use a pea-size amount and I can do basically like my whole upper body with it. And this is on the expensive side. It's $38, but I think I would buy this again. My skin is definitely much softer. I can't really speak yet about if it's like getting rid of any little bumps on the skin, but my skin in general just feels so much smoother, and it's a really nice one to use. So that First Aid Beauty one is definitely going to end up replacing what I was using, which is the Body Shop Almond Milk and Honey Exfoliating Cream Scrub. This was not very impressive. If you can see inside, you can see the little exfoliating pieces, the little pieces of almond, and there's just so few of them. Like, I feel like I have to use so much of this to even get the enough exfoliating particles to like actually do anything to my skin. I'll use this up just because I don't want to waste it, and I can use this more often than this because it doesn't have any like chemical exfoliants in it. But yeah, the First Aid Beauty has definitely blown this one out of the water. And then for body moisturizer, I'm using another First Aid Beauty product. This is the Ultra Repair Cream. This I bought on sale on a Black Friday sale. So this tub was $19. I would definitely spend another $19 on another one. I would not spend $53, which is apparently the original price of this. But this is just a very nice, thick, creamy body lotion. And it's also very gentle. Like, there have been times when I've actually used this as a face moisturizer just because it was there and I didn't want to get up to get my actual moisturizer. But it feels really nice, and it does a good job of keeping the skin hydrated. Yeah, I like that it's so gentle. So even if you have sensitive skin, this one is probably going to work. So that's it. That is my current skincare routine that I am using in the summer of 2020. Let me know if you have any questions or any requests for any types of videos you want to see me do next. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.